I've studied some of the history of Earth, and these violent outbreaks have been common throughout its history, Gallo interjected. Though these periods of violence used to break out, they were normally swiftly over, and the groups went back to working together again. On Mars, our society was possibly too small and fragile to withstand any of this conflict. We didn't have the historic grievances that Earth suffered from. We've been grateful that these things were only known about through historical records, and not through practical experience. Yes, the Forsaken too are too small and fragile to withstand this kind of disturbances, and so we too have never experienced them. But, unlike your people on Mars, here only you and myself know the turmoil that such conflict can inflict upon a people, and even we only know it from historical records, as you put it. Now, I for one am grateful such a thing is unknown among the Forsaken. Still, it appears from the records from the Mayflower are more detailed about the end of the histories on Earth than they are on Mars. Records say, in the time before the Mayflower was built, these conflicts became rarer, and the people on Earth found other ways to solve their problems. When they did break out, however, the disputes were more violent than before. They also went on for longer and caused greater damage. Many good people worked for peace and fairness, but many of these were also the first victims in the conflicts. Then there came a group on Earth who claimed that they, and they alone, knew what was right, and that anyone else who thought differently must die. This group was small at first, but their numbers grew swiftly, as did their violence. Soon it would threaten many parts of the world, and many people moved against them. This time, the Forsaken decided they wanted no part of what was to come, and started construction of the Mayflower. Things became worse on Earth, and some shortcuts were made on the Mayflower in order to get it ready for departure. Shortcuts like the testing of the cryogenic facilities, you mean, Cal added, as he thought he saw what they were heading. Yes, cryogenics was one of those things, but I have no idea how these things work. Even though you told Scout about them, they're still a total mystery to me. So many of the things on board the Mayflower are so complex that I wonder that my people could ever have built them at all. The records say the Mayflower was completed just in time, just as the sides were putting something called satellites around the Earth. These would be armed, would fight and destroy other satellites, maybe other things as well. The Forsaken went on board whilst there was still time and left Earth behind. Last entry on Mayflower's records simply states that they've destroyed it all. There is nothing left now but the silent satellites orbiting a dead planet. We are now the last hope for humanity. That's a very sad end to the Earth. Explains much about what we call the silence, Gallo commented. But why didn't the Mayflower come to Mars? Surely the journey would have been easier than coming all the way here.